Welcome everyone from What's on the Table. This is Prof G and you are watching another episode of Graded, the show wherein we're not just going to unbox or review a particular statue, collectible, or figure. We are actually going to give you the grade at the end of each video. But for this episode, we found ourselves visiting the mecca of toy collectors and enthusiasts, none other than Greenhills Shoppesville. And for this store grade episode, we are checking out the highly reviewed and highly recommended store housing toy flavors from east to west, XPLAY Collectibles. And I got to meet the owner of XPLAY himself. Meet Edmond.
Hi, I'm Edmond and this is XPLAY Collectibles.
Now, just to give us a little bit of background, how did XPLAY Collectibles start?
The way it started, it's where a collector would like to have maybe an income so that it can subsidize whatever it is that they're collecting. The very first character I have with the Figma is the Link and the Samus action figures because I love Nintendo. The hobby is too expensive, so I need to be able to cope with my collection. So I started renting a cab here in Greenhills. I think I got a half cab, something like this. I think the time that it became much bigger is when we are able to import coming from Japan, and then afterwards we get more orders from customers who trust us with their collectibles. After 6 years, so it became this.
But did you actually expect that from a single cabinet, you're here now in XPLAY Collectibles as a store in Greenhills?
Actually, no, because I started with just 50,000 pesos. My girlfriend at that time, who is my wife now, is not very happy with my spending. For some reason, I know what it is that the market wants in terms of the rarity of the action figures. I'm happy when I make my customers happy. So I think that's the main point of all of this.
This XPLAY Collectibles store, this one where we are right now, when did it start?
The name XPLAY started with Xbox, but it came out that it's also Play, which is toys.
You have e-commerce now, you have Facebook now, Marketplace. Greenhills is an iconic place, but why Greenhills?
Greenhills has always have a place in collectors' hearts. This goes way back when we were children, like in the 90s and the 2000 era. This is probably the most place that you can find collectibles, especially here in Shoppesville, where 10-15 stores that caters to toys. This is the place that every collector grew up with.
Now, we did a little bit of research actually. So according to a lot of toy collectors, it shows that XPLAY is a highly recommended toy store within Greenhills. And this is not a joke. This is not fabricated, because we've seen your socials and we've seen a lot of reviews, a lot of recommendations. People are happy purchasing their collectibles in XPLAY. What do you think it is?
I think in terms of how it all started, back in those days in 2014, when you say pre-order, every store is actually asking for down payment. I conceptualize this store is that I do not ask for down payment. We notify by messenger. I think that's where XPLAY made its name. It's made out of trust. Trust from the collectors, trust from our consumers, and trust by our suppliers. On most cases, if we didn't deliver and there was a payment made, we also refund it as soon as possible.
But sometimes the store trusting the customer,
It's hard.
it's harder, because what if you got the inventory and then the customer for some reason didn't want to get it? How do you manage that naman?
There are a lot of customers that didn't come back for their POs. Since we're in social media, of course, we do not want to offend anybody or post anything. It's more of a warning also to other stores that this person is a joy dibber. Joy dibber is a person who doesn't follow through with their commitment to the stores. If somebody didn't actually get their items, unless the item is what we call butaw, so really hard to sell. We just try to manage it with our financials. We try to sell it in Shopee, we sell it in Facebook, in different social media accounts.
But given that there are a lot more platforms right now, let's say in Marketplace, you mentioned Shopee and Lazada, do you think the magic of Greenhills is gone, or is it still there?
I don't think Greenhills will ever die. In terms of the magic, it's a different experience when a collector comes to a store and actually sees what they want to find, and it's a different experience that you look it up online where everything is almost available.
What attracts you more when it comes to anime? Why are you sticking to anime? Is it because of the culture? Is it because a lot of people are already into anime now compared to like years ago? Why stick to anime?
anime stories are always one of the best stories that you'll ever hear. People buy these toys, it's not because of the toy, but it's because of the story behind the toy. You know, it's not just a piece of plastic to them. You know, it's part of their lives already. Some people, they like something so much that they want something physical out of it. Every Figma action figure, when you open the box and you hold it, it's like the anime came to life. My favorites right now, I prefer something like Mezco and, you know, Amazing Yamaguchi. So these are different lines, different quality, and different flavor in terms of how they're made. For example, let's say a Fate Grand Order character like this one, so Jack the Ripper. If you guys don't know about it, this is actually a gacha game. Some loves these characters so much that they spend money to have a physical copy of the figures that they are playing in the game, something like that. Okay? Well, I know because I'm one of them. Here's our selection. These are the Figmas made by Good Smile Company. These are samples of Papa Parades. Put up some samples because some people would like to see the texture and the make of the collectibles themselves. You're going to see Bandai. These are mostly SH Figuarts. 6-inch articulated action figures. Mostly cater to Kamen Riders, Ultraman, IPs like Star Wars, and the Avengers. Of course, there's some Dragon Ball and Naruto and One Piece. Over here is our Warhammer line. These are made by Joy Toy. Actually, it's a whole line of Warhammer action figures. They're already pre-painted and articulated. So not like the ones that you get as a model kit where you paint it. Over here, you're going to see some of the gachas. So there are remnants. We have remnants, we have Motec, several selections like Pop Mart, etc. We have Aniplex Buzz Mod, and of course Demon Slayer is probably the most extensive line that they have. Over here is, well, this is my favorite line. It's called Mezco. So the Mezco lines cater to pop culture, DC, Marvel, and they have their own exclusives. It's a very good line. It's a mixture of plastic and soft goods. Over here is probably one of the up-and-coming better action figure lines. We call it Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech. So we still have one of the rarer ones like this Moon Knight. Yeah, so this is very rare and actually a lot of people are looking for it. As you can see, this is a big scaled figures. So what we cater to is Japanese anime goods, statues, and all of that. So we also have them on pre-order and we also have them on retail. Okay. Over here is the Mayfex line. It's a set of action figures. Normally, these are Western action figures. Like, for example, you have your Marvel, your Star Wars, your DC characters. Zero MDLX line. They have the Transformers line of action figures. It can transform, but it's a very good quality. It's die-cast. So some of you guys might not have heard about this line. This is called the Chaos Front line. So these are articulated soft goods action figures. They are IPs from China, but they have very good quality, and actually the head sculpt is really, really good.
There's a line here that's much more popular than the others. There's a line here that's much more, you know, sought out compared to the others. Which one do you think it is?
I don't see a particular line that is really standing out. It boils down to maybe the build quality. So I love Mezco, but the market is not that big because it's actually more expensive. In terms of the market, I would guess most likely Nendoroids is one of the more popular ones.
I know a lot of people who did Funkos before, and this is not a knock on Funko. A lot of people are still into Funkos, but a lot of people are now, you know, upgrading into Nendoroids from Funkos. Why do you think that is?
Collectors are also anime lovers. Nendoroids caters to the mainstream and the niche. So Nendoroids, you can actually mix your Resident Evil guy, maybe a Demon Slayer guy. You can switch different bodies and different faceplates and different heads. They're all compatible.
I see that it's on your facade as a display, and you have a huge inventory. Why Warhammer?
So Warhammer is also part of my personality. So it started with a game called Dawn of War. So as a child, I was playing that game. I finished that game a couple of times probably. The collectors behind it are very passionate with the, with the lore of Warhammer. Makes a great collection. You can actually build dioramas with Warhammer action figures now. So as you can see in the...
I've seen it. Let's build the scene for this collection.
Collectors have different passions for their own faction. There's an Ultramarines, there's a Blood Ravens, Dark Angels, Black Templars, and all of that. So each of these factions have different people who are passionate about these factions.
Do you think toys or collectibles are they still an investment?
You buy the toys that you love, and toys are there to be enjoyed, not to be kept in a box.
What do you think about the people who collect toys and they just keep it inside the box?
Well, I respect them because I have a lot of sealed collections. It's just like a relationship, right? So you have to get to know your toy at a deeper level. For us who loves opening toys, the difference of opening that box and smelling the new smell, it's a different.
There are actually some collectors now who buy two of the same kind.
Yeah.
One is they display it, and one is for them to open.
Yeah,
that's the extreme.
I admire those people, and I'm happy that they have the income to supplement that. So over here we have some NECA line. NECA is a line of pop culture action figures. They're 7-inch scale. They have horror, like for example this one, Chucky. They produce some of the best Predator action figures, and of course Ninja Turtles, like this one. So it's called the Armored Last Ronin. Okay, actually they are the only ones who make action figures for this one. Well, we have a lot of scaled figures. These are statues from the anime line. This one is unique. It's called Voltron. So I don't know if you guys have heard that it's been re-released. It's a Chogoki line. It's made of die cast, so it's made of metal. It articulates it so well. Of course, our flagship is Good Smile Company, and one of the flagship products of Good Smile is called Papa Parade. The Papa Parade line is made up of gaming, pop culture, and anime all in one. They make it into figures that are affordable and very high quality. The way the Figma line is made is almost the same as the way the Papa Parade figures are made. They have the diversity of several different IPs coming from Western, Eastern, and gaming. I don't know if you guys have heard that they also have Kirby. Lastly, actually, is the Nendoroid line. Nendoroids are popular collectibles, IPs from pop culture, anime, IPs from Western, comics, and other IPs like movies and TV shows. So we have numerous Nendoroid line, and it's all available here in Greenhills Shoppesville Plus.
What is the goal of XPLAY for the collector community?
The role of XPLAY is to make premium toys and available to everybody. It will always be for the collector. Actually, I treat each of them as my own, technically.
This is an eye-opener for me, actually. So, any message to the people who would want to start collecting and where to find you?
If you'd like to start collecting, you can come to our store at XPLAY Collectibles here in Greenhills Shoppesville Plus. We're at the 3rd floor of Shoppesville. It will not stop at our store, so you can check out the entire Shoppesville Plus and Shoppesville. You can contact us at our Facebook, at our Shopee, and soon at our Toki Asia page. I look at it as on a collector's point of view, which one will cater to your taste.
Thank you so much for giving us a tour here in XPLAY Collectibles. I think we have a giveaway for your community and for the graded community. What are we going to give?
Maybe the community would like a Hatsune Miku. So this is Magical Mirai.
You're gonna give that away?
Yes, actually, it's a rare piece since it's a Good Smile exclusive. So
wow.
For collectors out there viewing this video, you might like to check it out.
That mechanics and giveaway is going to be available in the Facebook page of XPLAY Collectibles. Make sure to check them out and visit them here at Greenhills Shoppesville. Thank you so much, Sir Edmond, and that's it.